When was the last time you were inspired by an authentic reading experience with an actual book?
So I'm gonna talk about a series that I read initially back, I think around 2008, and since then I've probably read it at least 7 times. And it's a series that is 15 books long, but each book is around 180 to 200 pages long, so in the grand scheme of things it just means that there's a lot of books but not a lot of reading. They are a series called Sweep, and it's fiction, and it's about kind of the Wicca side of religion, and it involves witches, and you learn quite a bit about the religion, and there's something about the series that just really, there's something about it that really connects with me, and I feel really inspired, and it drove me to learning more about Wicca, and I find that there's some part of it that resonates pretty deep within me, so I think that there's a chance, I believe in reincarnation, and I think that there's a chance that this is something that could be connected to maybe a past life of mine, maybe a couple hundred years ago. I don't have any true, genuine explanation for why I love the series as much as I do and how it affects me. Like, my soul soars the entire time that I'm reading it, and it's very unique. I don't get that very often when it comes to books.
A book that I'm currently reading and I found extremely inspirational in my experience is Think and Grow Rich. What's really inspired me about this book is that it actually highlights the fact that you can even think and grow rich. Because a lot of people don't think you can. And there's infinite possibilities in the mind. The only true limitations that we have are those that we recognize in our own minds. Because we are really infinite energy. And the subconscious mind is likened to a fertile plot of land, where if you leave it be and do not tend to it, undesirable plants will grow on that land when it is not tended. Now, when you actually attend to your subconscious mind and bring forth a repetition of the things that you'd like to see, and attach all of your feeling and all of your emotion to it. Just the workshop of the mind is the imagination. This is where ideas really come from, and how everything is really created. Look around us, the cities, planes, buildings of all kinds, monuments. All of it was in somebody's imagination at one point before it was manifested in this physical reality. So, that being said, this has really inspired me to actually write down my ideas and come to my imaginative space with a strong intention of where I'd like to go with that experience. Because anything is really possible, and this book has really inspired me to see that.
So the series in particular that I'm going to talk about is the Mortal Instrument series, and I believe that it is now completed. There is at least 5 books in total, and they're between 400 to 600, 700 pages long, so they're pretty hefty little books, but they are a series about people called shadow hunters who are technically half angel, half human, and they have an ability to take a specific type of rune, and they wield kind of magic-y things. There's witches, there's vampires, there's werewolves, there's fairies. The fairies are evil, conniving, horrible people, but they're very weirdly enticing. They actually made a movie for the first book, and I mean, I wasn't that fond of it, but it wasn't bad. And I'd like to see further movies, but there's something about the books that I really love. I've read them so many times now, and I could probably read them quite a few more times than I already have, and still enjoy them. I'm actually still reading, currently, one of the books that's part of another brand new series.
Another series I'd like to discuss that's inspired my own experience is the Lord of the Rings series. There is no other series that I've found that really illustrates the perseverance and persistence that the Lord of the Rings series does. In the narrative of the story, they have to get the ring to Mordor and into the fiery mountain to destroy it. And so many challenges happen along the way, but they were to overcome all of these challenges and complete the end goal even when all of the odds were against them. So amazingly inspirational and can be applied to your life, my life, and pretty much any experience that you're going through. The last one I'd like to discuss is yourself. If you can't be inspired by yourself, then it's going to be really difficult for you to find inspiration in books, unless it's through natural causes, like, you know, you resonate with the particular information in that book. But in order to really learn to read yourself, you're going to first have to understand yourself and accept yourself with unconditional love and forgiveness.
Now the question today that we have for you is, what are some things that money cannot buy?
A very sincere thank you from the bottom of our hearts to our current subscribers for investing their time in watching our content. We really appreciate that. If you're new here, we'd love to have you subscribe. We have Reflections in Nature content every Thursday, and spontaneously between now and then we'll have inspirational nature videos. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.
See you next time.